How many of you guys would like to personally contribute to reducing Earth's overall average temperature? What if I told you that you can all be contributing factors in making a change to our environment and starting the reduction of global warming? How might you go about making this reduction in temperature, you might ask? This is by renting out hybrid cars from rental car companies. So having rental car companies only adopt hybrid cars will let you personally help reduce global warming when you rent cars on vacation. The public policy that all rental car companies can only adopt hybrid cars should be mandated starting in 2013, so there will be a reduction of the emission of fossil fuels from the automobiles in the environment. Now I'll give you a prelude to the main points that I will be discussing with you today. First, I will inform you why it is necessary that we have a reduction of fossil fuels. After that, I will propose my policy and introduce you who will be the agent of action, what the policy will be about, and when it will be put in effect. Finally, I will discuss the practicality of this plan and weigh the advantages and disadvantages. So I'll go right into the first point, which is informing you why this policy is necessary in helping our environment. Since the emission of fossil fuels from everyday automobiles are causing a surplus of carbon dioxide in the environment and overall contributing to global warming, it is crucial that the policy be mandated in hopes of decreasing the greenhouse effect. As you can all see in this diagram from Mary H. Cooper's article called Global Warming from 1996, the process of the greenhouse effect is where the carbon dioxide and other gases are released into the atmosphere and trap solar energy heat that overall warms the Earth's temperature. According to a Hybrid.com article called Global Warming and Your Vehicle Choice from 2009, it states that hybrid cars are necessary by saying a gallon of gasoline weighs just over 6 pounds when burned. When burned, the carbon in the automobile combines with the oxygen from the air to produce nearly 20 pounds of carbon dioxide. By switching from a gas guzzler to a hybrid, you can literally save the Earth a couple of tons of greenhouse gases. This quote makes it obvious that the fuel-dependent cars are causing unwanted problems. It also makes it clear that the hybrid cars are energy efficient. According to a reputable rental car company that many of you might already be familiar with called Budget, they only offer two types of hybrid cars, the Toyota Prius and the Nissan Altima. Only having two types available is not nearly enough and another reason why this policy should be implemented. Everyone here should care about the global issue because for one reason, I think it is safe to say that this absurd heat wave is affecting everybody in some way. Also, this environment is a place where we all get to live and breathe every day, and we should take So it is vital that the policy should be put into effect. Now I'm going to talk about what the policy involves, who is going to mandate the policy, and when I plan to put it in effect. The overall plan of action I intend to advocate is for the rental car companies to adopt only hybrid cars. The exact law will specifically say that starting 2013, the federal government will require all rental cars to adopt only hybrid. Requires all rental car companies to adopt only hybrid cars. This law is planned to launch in 2013 to give these car companies and the car manufacturers time to prepare and to distribute these hybrid cars. The federal government will enforce this policy because if the rental car companies do not adopt the hybrid cars, they will be shut down. This policy will alleviate the issue because when people go to rent cars from rental car companies, they will be renting specifically hybrid cars. Only having this option will hopefully lead to good advertisement and push the users to buy hybrid cars. Then the more popular hybrid cars become, the less people will be contributing to the emission of fossil fuels harming our environment. At the end of each year, the rental car places will sell to consumers their cars to consumers, which will infuse hybrid cars rapidly into the overall car population and ultimately help the environment eliminate the overuse of fossil fuels harming our environment. According to a 2011 article by Repo Cars, they say that rental car companies gain their vehicles at an unclothed minimum price in a lot, thus enabling them to sell once again at really aggressive prices. This is saying that people will be more likely to buy the cars at the end of the year because rental cars can sell them for cheaper. The federal government would be the agent of action to administer this policy because this is a major global issue and they have enough power for this policy to be a success. According to a Fox News article by Greg Simmons from November 2006, McKibben, a Brookings Institution policy scholar, said, "I think it is an issue that the federal government should take the lead on because it is a national problem. You don't want the states to be doing different policies because it just creates a jurisdictional nightmare. This quote is a good example supporting that the federal government should be the agent of action because of their power. The funding will also come from each of the specific car dealerships that are mandated to adopt these hybrid cars. They will have to raise their prices of the rented out hybrid cars because the hybrid cars are more expensive than fossil fuel cars. So now that you're aware of the policy, I'll explain the practicality of it. There are numerous reasons proving why this plan is going to be successful. This plan is definitely workable because I'm not asking everyone to go out and buy hybrid cars. Instead, I'm just asking rental car places to simply rent out environmentally friendly ones. It is realistic that this policy will most likely get the federal government fully on board with the plan because it's an extreme environmental issue. It is also probable that the citizens will be for it because they're simply just being directed to environmentally friendly cars. The advantages of this policy definitely outweigh the disadvantages. This is because the advantage is that people can continue their old ways without being bothered and just be redirecting to environmentally friendly cars. To paraphrase an excerpt from the New York Times article called Life in the Green Lane by Jamie Lincoln Kittman, there are two main power sources of a hybrid car. The first being the gasoline-powered internal combustion engine, and the second being the battery-driven electric motor. And this is said to have better mileage and emit less pollutants than fossil fuel cars. So this quote explains how efficient these automobiles are and their reliability on gasoline-powered internal combustion engine and battery-driven electric motor will not emit the excess carbon dioxide. So if we did not switch over to hybrid automobiles, the greenhouse gas emissions would continue to rise and look like this picture. I am aware that people might be concerned that the prices of the rental cars will be increased slightly, but I can assure everyone that this could actually save them money because even though they'll be paying more when they're renting out the car, they'll be saving money on gas and overall keeping the environment healthy. To refresh your summary, I'm going to refresh the main points. First, I discussed why we needed this policy. Then I talked about the plan and who's going to be the agent of action. Lastly, I weighed the advantages and the disadvantages. The policy that all rental car companies are required to adopt only hybrid cars starting 2013 will hopefully reduce the harm that the emission of fossil fuels are causing and ultimately decrease global warming. Next time you go on vacation and rent a hybrid car, remember that you are making a positive change to our environment.